News Channel 5. I am Franny Francis and I will be your host this evening. The topic of discussion today is the razor clam opening. The current concern here is the toxin levels in the razor clams, domoic acid. The Washington State Department of Health declares that the safe level of domoic acid is 20 micrograms per gram of shellfish. If it exceeds this level, then the shellfish will be unsafe for human consumption. For the past month, domoic acid levels have been below 3 micrograms per gram of shellfish. This changed yesterday when it increased to 10 micrograms per gram. In addition, a storm with winds from the south is projected to come in tomorrow. Tonight we will find out what is happening, why is this happening, and what is going to happen with the razor clam opening. Stick with us as we work with the Washington State Department of Health to find out more. On the scene we have reporter Jeannie Jan. She is with two concerned locals who are extremely experienced clammers. Let's hear what they have to say.
Thanks, Franny. I'm here on the scene in Clam Cove, Washington, with two locals who have been members of this community for a majority of their lives. Can you share with us some of the experience you've had in this community and your personal thoughts about the domoic acid poisoning taking a hold of the wildlife?
Me and my 76.3 siblings back at the ranch have been waiting to feast on these clams for months. Mom and Pop are gonna be real sad. Now what is this domoic acid anyways?
To be honest with y'all, I think that the beach is closing is a bunch of tomfoolery. See, I've been out here clamming for about 40 years, and I've never heard about this blasphemy of a chemical called domoic acid. My apologies.
And then, can you tell us a little more about the wildlife and how it's been affected by this acid? What are some symptoms that you've seen observed within the seagulls, the fish, and more?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the critters have been acting a little goofy lately. When I'm down by the beaches hunting for them clams, the sea lions will be barking and frothing at the mouth, whipping their head around and such, just acting a fool. And to be honest with y'all, it don't really bother me, because opening weekend is when I make most of my profits of the entire year. Yeehaw.
No, for real, it's these girly. Those animals is going wild AF.
Actually, Mr. Shelton, we just got word from the local authorities that razor clam opening weekend will not be taking place due to the potential health risks. Bailey Ann, what are some of your thoughts about this?
What? Just cook the clams. Surely that will get rid of the domoic acid.
Unfortunately, domoic acid is not destroyed by cooking or freezing.
This is some bull.
Oh, and now back to you, Franny.
Thanks, Jeannie. With all these factors taken into consideration, the Washington State Department of Health has made the educated decision to cancel this year's razor clam opening. Here we have Ann Bailey, a marine biologist working with the Washington State Department of Health. She's here to tell us about exactly why the clam opening has been canceled.
This year we have noticed a very large increase in the concentration of domoic acid. What is domoic acid, you may be wondering? Well, this is a neurotoxin produced by a phytoplankton species known as Chironucha. This acid poisons many animals by working its way through the food chain or direct consumption. It can affect sea lions, birds, and even humans. The way this acid works is that it attacks the brain and heart, and it can cause seizures or heart failure. Our main priority is your safety, and these claims could threaten that. Domoic acid can be fatal to humans when consumed in high doses, and by avoiding these clams, we can avoid potential hazards to your health. There is no cure once poisoned, and neurological effects on the brain can still present themselves years down the line after recovery.
Well, thousands of tourists have had their hopes and dreams crushed by this decision. How do you feel about this?
There will always be next time. Our greatest concern has been the health of our community, and we wouldn't want to put that at risk.
Well, yes, but what about all of the people who have taken time off work, booked a hotel, and they've been anticipating such a fun weekend? What do you feel about
You have to weigh our options here. The first option was to allow the clam opener to happen and risk thousands of people getting domoic acid poisoning, putting their lives on the line. The other option was to err on the side of caution and cancel the clam opener before anybody could get sick. It is an unfortunate thing that this is happening, but people have to understand that it is for their own good.
Well, you've heard it straight from the experts. Razor clam opening weekend will unfortunately not be taking place, but hopefully measures will be taken in order to make sure next year's opening will be bigger and better than ever. Please tell your friends and families to stay away from the beaches until further notice from local authorities, as our meteorologist reports a strong storm with winds coming down from the south as early as tomorrow and lasting throughout the weekend. Stay inside, spend time with your loved ones, and thank you for listening to News Channel 5. I'm Jeannie Jan.
And I'm Franny Francis. Have a good weekend.